Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it's so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome into a historic edition of the JP Peterson Show. Why, you say? Well, in many different levels, this Rays sale has become finalized. But I think now, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. Oh, so we are going to talk and celebrate the new era of.
It happened. He made it happen.
He did make it happen. Rays are now free. 90%. Ironically enough, 90% free, but the 10% held by the. Maybe we should do this. The name that won't be mentioned. Maybe we should just move forward.
He who shall not be mentioned.
He who shall not be mentioned. Because it's a new day in Tampa Bay, and I cannot wait to see what this new ownership group can do. And we got a lot of news yesterday, mostly stuff that we've been reporting for quite some time, but everything now finalized, some more new names that we can put out there. So we're going to get to all that. And it's good stuff. It's good stuff. And I got an interesting tidbit on one Kyle Tucker.
Oh.
Yes. And interesting. Could he be coming to the Rays? Stay tuned. Bucs injuries at 10:30. The Bucs will hit the field. We'll find out who's out there, who's not. We'll get the full lowdown from Todd Bowles a little bit later on today. I'll be over there at One Buck Place finding out, see what's going on. We'll talk to Baker, see what's going on with him as they get set to head out west to Seattle. Long road trip to take on a very good Seahawks team. So we'll preview that a little bit for you. FSU Miami. Oh, dude, I've been doing a lot of research on this game. And I got to tell you, as an FSU fan, we going to need some magic. We going to need some Saturday night Doak Campbell magic to beat this Miami team. They are really, really good. But that can happen, and I will be part of that magic. Yelling my drunk ass off 50-yard line at Doak Campbell Stadium on Saturday night. Looking forward to that. So we'll talk about that. Hurricanes insider Mike Murphy is going to join us at 11:30. So we'll get a nice perspective from the Miami side and talk about the rivalry too. And I'll ask you guys out there, what are your great memories of this rivalry, this FSU Miami rivalry? Because it is over the years been, I think, one of the top 5 in college football. In my heart, it's the best. And for me as a Seminole fan, even more so than say Florida, because we've had so many more, I think, memorable historic games with Miami. Unfortunately, a lot of those on the L side, but we've had a lot of big W's over Miami as well. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Major League Baseball yesterday was first day of playoffs was really, really good. Man, the drama is just crazy.
How great is this?
Isn't it?
I love it. I love it.
I kind of argued with you last week about, the importance of postseason baseball and what, and I maybe I need to recant some of that.
Well, when your team's not involved, right? Obviously, if your team's in it, it's a whole nother story. But like I said, even without my team involved or the Rays involved, dude, it is must-watch TV. And yesterday was a perfect example of that. In the first game of the first round of the wild cards.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of close games yesterday, with the exception of Dodgers, Reds, which we kind of expected. Everything else was highly dramatic.
But that even had a little drama with both players with multi-home run games. Like, that hasn't happened in forever.
Well, but how far will that one go that Ohtani just hit?
It's still going.
Jesus Christ.
454 feet.
Man, that guy is just, I'm so glad he's healthy now.
Man,
and we can really see what this guy's about. Because, not that he wasn't spectacular when he was down with the elbow injury, but, now that he can pitch and hit and just, he's just ridiculously good. Yeah. And watching Ben Rortvedt play in the playoffs.
I was wondering if you were going to comment on this.
That dude was so bad. He was so bad with the Rays.
He wasn't great
Horrific.
yesterday.
And I'm like, wait a minute, what? That's Ben Rortvedt?
Yeah.
He's still hitting 154, but
he is.
But I'm like, what? The Dodgers can't do better than Ben Rortvedt? Like, what the hell? How many catchers they got hurt?
He fills a role.
I guess.
When you have a lineup stacked like that, you don't need anybody other than Ben Rortvedt.
You don't even need a bat. Don't even bring your bat just bring your glove. Just bring your glove. That's all you got to do. Anyway, so we'll get into all that. So big show coming your way. Whatever you guys want to talk about, we'll have plenty of time. We only got one guest today, so plenty of time for you guys to pop in and ask questions and get it going. It's interesting. I did a podcast, the Tampa Bay Developer Podcast, 6 months ago. And when we first reported the imminent sale of the Rays, still have not read that in the Times yet, but that's okay. And I forgot because he asked me, like, when do I think it would happen? And I was like, I'm going to say it's going to be at the end of the season. If I had to nail a day, I'll say the end of September, last day of September. And he put in a little. They did something yesterday, and they said, "Yeah." So we nailed that one. And
boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah. And how much did I win on that? Nothing. But yeah, it's really satisfying to see this whole thing come to fruition and to see the people that are involved in this. And that's the big thing. And yesterday we got our first quotes from the new ownership group. And, a lot of it's cliche, to be sure. But, I think it's meaningful to read some of them because it's the first words we're hearing from Patrick Zalewski. And I think within these quotes, there's little hints of things that are to come. And first and foremost, as an overview, and as I told you way back then, when you hear the names of these elite Tampa Bay businessmen and elite businessmen, businessmen that are going to be involved, understand why I am so excited about the Rays' future. And this whole media narrative that has been spun by some that these guys overpaid for the team and will they have enough money to run it is simply silly. When you look at the all-stars that are involved in this, it's really quite breathtaking. It's breathtaking, and when you come to the previous regime, I can use those words. I mean, it's like the Dodgers lineup and dare I say the Rays lineup. No, I don't want to say that. The Dodgers lineup and the White Sox lineup. I mean, seriously, these guys have very, very deep pockets, and they know what they're doing. And some of the new names, we know about Patrick Zalewski, Dreamfinders Homes, UF Board of Regents, good friends with Ron DeSantis. He is the chief operating officer. Bill Cosgrove has ties to Tampa Bay as well, as his Union Mortgage has been the sponsor of the Gasparilla Bowl here, spends a lot of time in Tampa Bay. And once again, very, very deep pockets. He is going to be the co-chair. He's going to be the co-chair. Well-connected, very, very deep pockets. Will Weatherford, a name that we have mentioned a few times, former Speaker of the House of the state of Florida. How's that work for political connections, Timmy? Does that help? Are they going to help out, get things done on the political track, you think, Will Weatherford? Head of Weatherford Capital, who, by the way, now is also, he is the chairman of the board of trustees at USF. And what are they doing? What did he do there? What did he spearhead? The on-campus stadium.
Yeah.
He was the man that put that whole deal together and spearheaded the on-campus stadium. So you want to talk about guys that can get shit done? You want to talk about guys that know how to work within the community and work with the community and with our local leaders, solutions to a community problem and bring everybody together. Ladies and gentlemen, Will Weatherford. Oh, he got a stadium. He's already done it in Tampa Bay. At USF, where they said they'd never get that done. Well, go check out the construction that's going on the campus of USF. Welcome to the fray. Will Weatherford. Interesting. Fred Ridley, another name that we've known for a while, the chairman of Augusta National, where the most powerful businessmen in the freaking world gather. There is nowhere you will find more money, more successful businessmen. And by the way, everybody wants to be. If you're a businessman, if you don't know about the magic of Augusta National, to get into Augusta National is maybe the hardest thing to do. And you can't buy your way in. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You can't buy your way in. And Fred Ridley has done amazing things at the Masters to open up Augusta National with the ladies amateur, more TV time, more corporate involvement. I mean, he has transformed the Masters in a wonderful, wonderful way. Another incredible human being that has done more for women's golf in terms of Augusta National, women's golf in general. And an incredibly kind man and a wonderful person. And I've known him for 20 plus years. We just inducted him in the Florida State Hall of Fame a couple of years ago, and I sat down and did that induction interview with him. And it's just an incredible person. And these are when I said Tampa elite businessmen, this is what I was talking about. And I said, will they have the connections to get things done in Tampa and get a stadium done? 1,000%. 1,000%. And they're going to announce a bunch of other core investors with deep roots in Tampa Bay. Again, an all-star cavalcade of people, known businessmen in this town, that real estate development, political connections, restaurateurs, all that. It's going to be such a collection of Tampa Bay business all-stars coming together for one purpose, and that's to build a beautiful baseball stadium that is going to be accessible to so many more people in Tampa Bay. So many more people in Tampa Bay. And then do it and then run the team correctly. Yeah. I've always said that, what the Lightning have done here in Tampa Bay is amazing on so many levels. What Jeffrey Vinnick has been able to do on so many levels. And at the core of what Jeffrey Vinnick did was the community hero. That is the greatest community connector I've ever seen in the history of sports. Giving away $50,000 every single home game, not only giving the money to these charities, but connecting them with the Lightning, connecting them with the community, bringing everybody into a suite that is dedicated to the community hero, where they bring everybody in, they celebrate what's going on within that charity. And they've done it to the tune of over $50 million, I think. I should have that number in front of me. I don't. My point is, this is the spirit of community that has brought the Lightning 400 consecutive sellouts. It's a hockey team in the South. It's a hockey team. Do you know how many people grew up rooting for the Lightning that are over 40 years old? Nobody.
Nobody. They didn't exist.
Nobody. You know how many people grew up playing hockey in Tampa Bay? Like playing the sport and falling in love with the sport? That's over 40 years old? Nobody. We didn't have any rinks.
You had the Solar Bears back in the day up in Orlando.
I don't even think we had that.
Yeah, back in the 90s. They were around in the 90s.
Nobody. So how the hell did this team? You know why? Because of the community came together. They brought the community together and the power of community and what it can do. And now look how successful the Lightning are. A state-of-the-art stadium. And Mr. Vinnick, when he came into then whatever the arena was called then, St. Pete Times Forum, put in tens of millions of dollars of his own money to update the arena and make it a first-class experience. So you put a venue in the middle of the market, give a first-class experience to the fans, start winning, because that all comes from it as well, connect with the community, go into the schools, hand out 250,000 hockey sticks, so every kid in Hillsborough County and Pinellas County has a Lightning hockey stick. And guess what? You become a very successful and popular franchise, and the sport of hockey explodes and you win 3 Stanley Cups, 2 of the in the Vinnick era. And that's hockey. Baseball, every kid for the last 100 years in Tampa Bay, has grown up with a mitt and a baseball and a bat. Almost every kid plays Little League. We love baseball. We don't like it. We love it. We love the game. We fall in love with it early on. It's part of the fabric of Tampa Bay. And as I've said, we've done it in terms of Major League Baseball so wrong on so many levels. We've effed this up. And still, you could argue the franchise has been successful. On the field, certainly. 3rd most wins since 2008. 6th most in the last 20 years. So on the field, 2 World Series appearances, 2 pennants, 4 division titles. Not bad. And we've done it on a shoestring budget. Like lowest payrolls almost every year in the bottom 5 of the league. In a stadium, in a dinosaur of a stadium on the edge of the market with an owner that couldn't give a rat's ass about the community. And we still averaged, 17,000 fans last year, 2 years ago at Tropicana Field? Sold out 56 games in Tampa. The only ones that didn't sell out were in the sauna of day games, for the most part, in a minor league stadium. Like, seriously, we could not F this up any more than we did. In a location on the edge of the market surrounded by water. It's been, and we've had 2 owners that have been horrible. The first one had to be removed, and so did the second one. For all the platitudes that have been thrown the former regime's way, a lot of it, especially coming from Major League Baseball, is just that. Meaningless stuff. Thanks, to you did great. Right. But we're forcing you out, in my opinion. According to multiple reports of threatening revenue sharing money and everything else. I'm not going down there. This is all positive. This is all positive.
Yeah.
But let's not be fooled, actually, what happened. This group, as I told you, handpicked by Major League Baseball. And then, as we told you they were going to do, start taking a few guys from this group, a few guys from that group. Dr. Workman, you're worth $1 billion. You want to be part of the ownership group? Come on over. This is where it's going. It's not, we love Orlando, and we want Orlando to be a big part of the success of the future of this franchise. But you're not getting a team. We're going to put it in Tampa Bay. We love the Tampa Bay market because we know we've done everything wrong, and it's still been successful. So imagine, if you will, I haven't even mentioned Ken Babby. Oh, why don't we throw in a guy who's going to be the day-to-day business operator of the team? Why don't we throw in a guy who has tremendous marketing success with the AAA Jumbo Shrimp in Jacksonville, where they just put another $30 million into that beautiful stadium they have there. Incredible attendance. They've done an unbelievable job with marketing and promoting that team in Jacksonville with a beautiful stadium, everything. It's a tremendous success. Same thing in Akron with the other team he owns. Incredible marketer. Great promoter. You talk to the politicians in those areas that have worked with Ken Babby. Yeah. Little different tune than you'd hear from the politicians who have worked with ours. Just a little bit. The guy's unbelievable. Great community guy. Brought everybody together. Great art, energy, great creativity and marketing process. We haven't even marketed this team for 20 years. We're catering to the skateboard crowd. Oh, that was a brilliant marketing ploy. Those days are done, man. This guy knows how to market a team. You're going to see marketing and promotion stuff you have never seen from the Rays before. Never. And if there are anybody if there's anybody in the media that wants to, because they're attached so wonderfully to the former regime, that they want to poo-poo this group and say they don't have money, they don't do this, they don't, shut the hell up. You have no idea what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. I have a pretty good idea. And it's going to be incredible. I mean, you line up these all-stars that I just talked about, and there's so many more that are going to be announced. And these guys that have deep pockets, get shit done, have incredible political connections within the state. We need some state money, county, the city, the area, and we'll bring everybody together. It's not going to be, oh, forget you, St. Pete, Pinellas. No, the next 3 years in Tropicana Field, maybe 4, will be a lot of cultivating that group of people to become part of the community and do it the right way, finally. This is what I've been talking about. We've always done it wrong. Terrible stadium, terrible location, awful ownership. Imagine, if you will, a state-of-the-art stadium on the water, Ybor Harbor, downtown, where all the infrastructure in terms of parking, and we have mass transit coming in there with Brightline in a few years. More to come with the trolley, extensions of the trolley, water taxis, ferries. You could take wherever. It's an urban community, so there's a lot of different ways you can get there and do things. And it becomes part of connecting downtown and Channel Side and that whole, all of the burgeoning downtown Tampa, Water Street, which Jeffrey Vinnick has done such an amazing job of. I mean, that place is just completely transformed. And now you're going to put a baseball stadium down there, state-of-the-art, that's going to be used for a lot of other different community events, open 365, 24/7. I mean, are you kidding me? And it's baseball that we love, and an ownership group that we're going to wrap our arms around, much like we did with Jeffrey Vinnick, and the Glazers have done such a great job. Attendance issues, I really don't think we're going to have much issues here, folks. If it's just a numbers play, I mean, you have, again, 600, 700,000 people at most in Pinellas County within a 30-minute drive of the Trop, and now you're going to have over 2 million. I mean, so if it's 2 to 3 times more accessible within that area, I mean, if you were to do half as much as you did at Tropicana Field, you're going to be in the mid-25s, which means it's a full house almost every single night. I don't expect that every, Tuesday nights, in August. Are there going to be 25,000 people? I doubt it, but there'll probably be 18 to 20 instead of 4,000, which is what we would normally get at the Trop, and frankly, sometimes that we got during the day, in Tampa. But again, at a minor league field outside in the heat. That's not what we're doing here. It's not what we're doing. We're finally doing what we should have done a long time ago. And let's say that since that debacle in Tampa in 2018, when I realized he doesn't want to do this, and every year there was just more and more information. He's not going to ever build a stadium, ever. He's going to run it out at Tropicana Field because he pays no rent there, has no costs, and just dumps money into his pocket. He's never going to do this. 2-city plan, please. Even he knew that was never going to come to fruition. It was just more wasting time acting like you want to do a stadium. And then he gifted everything in St. Pete, and you still wasn't going to do it. And then finally, Major League Baseball said, okay, all right, that's enough. We've seen enough. This is something we should have done. The Major League Baseball, as I begged them to step in 5 years ago. And it took them this long. All right, whatever. We're finally here. But we finally got it done. And now we can finally do it the right way. Baseball in Florida, too many transplants, doesn't work in Miami, doesn't work. Get the Rays out. No. Miami's done it all wrong. They've had horrible ownership, horrible stadium issues, and still do with the location and the ownership. Terrible down there. But now we have a chance, and this is why I was so glad that it never went through in St. Pete. I mean, we dodged the bullet. We dodged the bullet because we'd still be dealing with the location issue and an ownership issue. And now we can finally do it the right effing way. And you wait and see what this will become in Tampa Bay. we can finally realize what Major League Baseball and Tampa Bay's love for baseball and the fabric of our culture will produce. And I think it's going to be amazing. Hey, are we going to win as many games? I don't know. And frankly, I don't care. Are we going to be a cellar dweller? No, I don't think so. These guys know what they're doing. They're winners. They've been successful at everything in their life. And we got a good core right now. Oh, by the way, haven't even mentioned Eric Neander's staying on. Eric Neander's staying on, and he did a press conference yesterday and was asked multiple times about what the payroll is going to be. And he's like, I don't want to speak for the new owners, but the fact, if he didn't say this, but the fact that he's sitting there and he's smiling and he's talking about a bright future, what do you think they told him? Hey, we're going to cut the payroll. No, we're going to put the money, the $60 million in revenue sharing that they'll probably still get for while they're in the Tropicana field, plus the $100 million in Central Fund revenue and all the revenue they're going to generate from getting more people into the park and promoting this team and marketing and us coming together as a community to support them. That's our job. That's our job as a community now. We have no excuses to come support them, except, we still got to go to the Trop for 3 years, but that's okay. When there's a bright future ahead, they're partnering with the community and building a new stadium, we can do that. And I would highly, highly encourage you guys to do it more, as many times as you can. Support this group. We're going to owe it to them for what they're doing and putting their money out there for this to be a success. Listen, this is not listen, is it a slam dunk deal? Well, who knows where the economy is going, right? What the future holds. There's a lot of risk involved in what these guys are doing. And we need to support them. And it starts now, by the way. It starts now. The press conference is on Tuesday, but it starts now. We need to support this group. And I'm going to be yelling at you guys to high heaven about this. Because without your support, if the community does not, and we don't need this, well, let's wait and see. No, when they get the deal done in Tampa, and we need to support that as well and tell the political people, listen, you guys need to stand up and make this happen. We're not, that's the only part of this that still is kind of up in the air, because you can't control the political process of this. In terms of what, there'll be a lot of, I wouldn't see a lot, but there'll be a few grandstanding politicians that are going to jump up and say, we don't need to give any public money, blah, 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 blah. And listen, I'm not here to say we need to be doing a boondoggle deal like St. Pete threw out there. Hell to the no. That was awful. And that's not what this new group is going to ask for. They have more integrity than that. And they know that that's not the way to do things. You got to work with the community, not suck every penny out of the community. That doesn't work. They know that. So it is a bright day in Tampa Bay. And I myself am just tickled that we were able to bring you this news months ago, and everything we told you has come to fruition, and it's going to happen. And baseball is going to explode in Tampa Bay. And eventually, we're going to win a goddamn World Series. We're going to win one. Because we're going to have the resources to compete. Something we've never had, to truly compete. Not just a one-off here and there. Everything's got to go right. No injuries, blah, blah, blah. No, we're going to be able to compete with the big boys, as we always should have. We're not a small market. No matter how many times the previous regime wanted to tell you that, that is a false narrative. We are the 11th largest market and growing. And I'll never let you forget that. And now we're going to act like it. We're not going to be the welfare child of Major League Baseball. We're done with that. We're going to pull up our own bootstraps, build a goddamn stadium where it always should have been. No disrespect to St. Pete at all. It's just a location issue. And we're going to get this done like other communities get done. It's not that hard. So away we go. And I'm excited. Oh, and by the way, so I talked to Jason Romano yesterday, and Kyle Tucker has come on this show and told me many times he didn't want to play in the Trop because he has to ice his knees every time he plays in the Trop. Well, they're putting down a new carpet in the Trop, and hopefully it's going to be much better than the old one. And he is now open to signing in Tampa Bay, and he will be a free agent. after this season. So what do we need, Timmy? A power hitting outfielder, correct?
Well, to start, you need more than that, but yeah, that'd be a good start.
That's the biggest piece that we need.
Sure.
Without question. We need a power hitting outfielder. Who fits the bill better than Kyle Tucker? Speed, power, great defensive player. And he's from here, loves Tampa Bay, building a house, just bought a house on Palmacia golf course, and wants to play here for the rest of his life.
Oh, so he's your neighbor now.
He is my neighbor, indeed.
How you like that?
Hello, neighbor. Hello, neighbor.
Hello.
But now he's open to playing for this new ownership group and playing at the Trop for a couple more years and on the new carpet, and then staying here and opening up the new stadium. Like, that's a must do. Well, he'd be going to be neighbors with Fred Ridley, one of the owners.
Right?
Yeah. You go over there and borrow a cup of sugar.
People still do that.
I think they do.
I don't think that's a thing. That's like only in movies and in
probably
Penthouse
Forum,
right?
Probably have that delivered by Kroger. But
that only happens in movies and Penthouse Forum.
Like, but what a better way to celebrate community than to bring, one of the top 5 players in baseball home to a place where he wants to play. And I mean, I don't think there would be a better way. Hey, we're re-signing Junior Caminero, or we're extending Junior Caminero for 12 years, and we're signing Kyle Tucker. I'm not saying it's happening, but I'm saying at least it's possible now. That was never possible under the previous regime, who had you all hoodwinked that we could never do it. Well, guess what, folks? We can. We can. Oh, I don't want to overpay. It's not your money.
Yeah. What are you worried about?
So many of these Rays fans have been brainwashed over the years. Oh, I can't afford that. We don't want to overpay. Like it's your money? Please, overpay.
I never understood that.
Yeah.
Like,
Never understood that. Never understood that.
Like, I get concerns about it screwing up the rest of the roster, right? But like, well, that's just too much to pay for that guy. He's not worth it. Well, he doesn't deserve it. Okay, nobody deserves $40 million a year for anything. Yet this is where we are.
Nobody.
So quit with that bull crap. It's just
and by the way,
argument.
Would Kyle take? And Jason will hate me for saying this, and I don't even want to say discount, but there are certain guys. Is he going to demand Juan Soto money? No, he's not. He's not that kind of guy. First of all, he's not that kind of guy that's all about the money. Now, listen, his agency is not going to, give him away for free. They don't want to be on the hook for that.
Yeah.
It'll be a competitive offer or that you'll need to make, but it's not going to have to be Juan Soto money. So But what better way to usher in this new regime than bringing the favored son home? Come on.
And what a way to garner some appreciation and some interest from the fans, right? From the fan base.
But what does that say first and foremost? Community. It says community. Have we ever gone after a guy that grew up here and lived here? And like Doug Wechter, when he won his major league debut, a kid who grew up in St. Pete going to Rays games, that was a big deal. And he's still with the organization today, and he's still beloved. He's coming on the show tomorrow. But that was a great community story. And you were like, yeah, man, this kid grew up on our Little League fields, and now he's on the mound for us. And we got so many of these guys playing in the major leagues that are from here, and we never want to pay for them. We never want to bring them home. We never draft them. Here we go. Silver platter. Hello. And he'll take, I hate saying that, but again, we'll all come together from a money standpoint. And, and his agent lives here. Jason Romano grew up Hillsborough High, first round draft pick. Now his agent. This is the most Tampa thing ever. Kyle grew up here, played at Palma City Little Bayshore Little League. He's one of the best players in the league. You're going to open a stadium in 3-4 years? Who you want to trot out there? I got an idea. Kyle Tucker. By the way, as you want a face of the franchise, that dude is rock solid in everything he does. I mean, it's just the most Tampa Bay thing ever.
Yeah.
I don't want to stop saying Tampa. It's the most Tampa Bay thing ever. And it's a wonderful one. And by the way, stories sell. Stories sell. And we're all about community here. We're all about community. And that's what this whole thing is going to be based on. That's why that is the rock and the foundation. When your foundation is built on how much money can I make? How can I screw Major League Baseball out of this and out of that? How can I get more money from the city to get this? When that's your foundation, it's sand. This is community. That's bedrock. That you can build on. It's not going to blow away in the wind. This is ours. We love it. And now we're going to finally do it the right way. And I can't be more excited.
JP, how excited are you?
I'm freaking excited. I'm so fucking excited about this. You have no idea. It's what I've been talking about for so long, and it's not, and it's never been. I know I get a lot of criticism. Oh, you just wanted Tampa. You live in Tampa. You don't want that. No, you want to be right. It's nice to be right, sure, but I want it for Tampa Bay for all the reasons I just laid out. For community, this is my home. It's always been my home. I love this place. It's everything to me, and it's sports, local sports, Tampa Bay sports. This is everything to me. This has been my life, and I want to see this come to fruition because I've always said that we can do this better. We can do this the right way, and it will succeed. And it always hurt me when, people ripped us for our attendance, and rightfully so. And I try to explain to them. I've been on national shows trying to explain to people it's not working here in terms of attendance because everything else is working. Ratings have always been great. The team has been successful. And I'm like, no, it's the ownership. It's the stadium. It's this, and you have to explain it to people. That's why we didn't sell out the playoff game, because there's no community here. There's no passion for it because of the disconnect. And now we don't have any excuses. So God forbid, we better step up. We better freaking step up. And I think we will. If we do this the right way, and I think these guys are going to do this the right way. All right, I've gone on far too long, but I'm a little passionate about it, and I'm a little excited. How excited am I?
How excited are you, JP?
I'm really excited about this. So, yeah.
I didn't even need to show up until right about now. I didn't have anything to do with it.
I just the passion kind of came out a little bit. And I ain't sorry for that. Not sorry.
Yeah.
All right, we're brought to you by the great folks at the Jeeves Law Group, another great local company here. Scott Jeeves, been here for 30 years doing the law thing. Local, trusted, and they get results. That's the Jeeves Law Group. We always talk about that local stuff, right? JEEVES lawgroup.com. Go to the website, give them a call, get your free case consultation. They'll give you an idea of how it's all going to work. And then you say, yes, I would like you to represent me. And then you're in great hands. JeevesLawGroup.com, non-attorney spokesman, offices Tampa and St. Pete. Actual offices in Tampa and St. Pete. And, of course, the great folks at Genesis of Tampa, their grand opening coming up this weekend. And on Saturday, we're going to have 3 USF players signing autographs after their big win on Friday night at Raymond James Stadium. Please go to that as well. Nico Grammatica is going to be signing. Mac Harris is going to be signing. And Chase Nimrod is going to be signing. So those 3 guys are going to be there from 2 to 4 signing and taking pictures. So going over to Genesis of Tampa. And while you're there, get a great trade in yours, bring yours in, get a test drive. Beautiful SUVs, beautiful sports coupes, luxury and value, man. It is awesome. The Genesis cars are fantastic. GenesisofTampa.com, just off of 275 on Bears. Back in 3. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park. So free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there. Are you looking to renovate your home, rebuild after the hurricanes, or build your dream home from scratch? Well, let me tell you about my friend Jason Fawcett and On-Site Construction. They have over 1,450 satisfied clients, 25 years of experience, over 500 designs, and a talented team of over 40 construction professionals. They believe building something exceptional begins by truly focusing on all the details, even the smallest ones. We understand that construction can be a daunting process, and we're here to make it as smooth and stress-free as possible. Quality is non-negotiable at On-Site Construction. We use the finest materials, employ the most skilled tradespeople, and adhere to the highest industry standards to deliver a product we're proud of and that you're going to love. Our project management is meticulous with a focus on completing projects on time and on budget. Your happiness is our primary driver. So give us a call at 813-579-5789 or check out our incredible website at onsiteconstructionfl.com. Are you having legal issues with a business partner or other legal business issues? The attorneys at Walters, Levine & DeGrave can help. Call 800-616-0384 for a free consultation. At Walters, Levine & DeGrave, we've redefined what a law firm can be with top-tier attorneys, personal service, and 26 years of success. From business law to civil litigation, we deliver smart, client-focused solutions. Walters, Levine & DeGrave recently won a $6.4 million jury verdict from a large real estate developer, and they can win for you too. Walters, Levine & DeGrave. Let's solve it together. Not attorney spokesman. For a free consultation, call 800-616-0384 or go to walterslevine.com. Offices Tampa, Sarasota.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at don'tgouncovered.com. It's that time again where you got to get your health insurance, right? Coming up, it's enrollment season, open enrollment. Go to don'tgouncovered.com and see what your options are. Just a short call. They'll do all the work, and they'll find out if they can save you a lot of money with a subsidy and a great plan. Don'tgouncovered.com. Great folks over there. I've used them for the past 5 years. They've saved me thousands of dollars in health insurance. So do it. Don'tgouncovered.com. All righty. Want to get to some comments? First of all, Timothy, I'd like to open it up to you. Your reaction. Anything you would like to say on this particular topic?
I mean, how do I follow what you just did for the last 38 minutes, 48 minutes?
I'm not going to apologize for going overboard.
Look, this is no, and you don't. It's not like we got the FCC breathing down our neck to be on time, or
right. Isn't that beautiful?
Program manager, station manager being in the next room, tapping on the window, going, trying to do this. Break. You got to break.
I know. I hated that when I was on a roll at the other station. Ugh.
This has been such a long time coming. And you've been pretty spot on with everything that you've predicted, and even timelines. You've been pretty spot on with stuff, and it's unfortunate that Tampa Bay has had to go through what they've gone through the last few years. But just like I was so excited for y'all to experience outside baseball at Steinbrenner Field this year, and I still think that's a great option.
That was awesome.
I'm still not sold on the Trop being ready for baseball next year, but again, we'll see. That's a whole nother topic. But I'm so excited for the area. I'm so excited for the fans of baseball in all of Central Florida for you guys to have to realize again what good ownership is, what an awesome stadium is going to bring. Because you guys have never had that with the Rays. You've always had the Trop, right?
Yeah,
and always. Look, I've been to the Trop before the Rays even existed. I went to the Trop for a basketball tournament, and I thought it was a toilet then, and it was only like 5 years old at the time.
Wait, was that the 99 Final Four?
No, this was way before that. This was early 90s. I don't remember what it was. It was college. It was a college tournament. But I mean, and it was just a couple years old, and I was just like, they're trying to get a baseball team here. I remember being just like, no, that'll never happen. So I'm happy for the area. I'm happy for the community. I'm happy for all baseball fans in there in Central Florida.
Yeah. It's gonna be great.
So what you do is you build this new stadium. It's going to open in 2028, 2027, whatever it is. Enjoy that for about 15 years, and then you'll be ready to build another one.
Yeah.
JP, you can see 2 new stadiums in your lifetime.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see a new football stadium on the
for sure.
I think and we'll get Will Weatherford on the show. We've had Drew on before, his brother, former FSU quarterback. So we'll get Will on the show hopefully soon. And it's like, what are you going to be like, competing for steel and concrete for your 2 stadiums that you're building? Or he already has it wrapped up. I don't know. It's all good though. But it's good to have somebody that's done it and pushed one through. Right. And knows what the template looks like. And it's very different on a college stadium as compared to, getting city and county approval. Yeah. But I would argue somewhat more difficult. But anyway, it's that's a good. Well, and as I've always said, we're not the problem. Stu was the problem. It's not that hard to get these things done. It's not. The money is there. The numbers work. With baseball stadiums, football stadium, whatever, it works. You put a lot of people in there, they pay. It's kind of how it works. We could, and we blaming everybody else. No. All right, quick update from Greg Auman, Fox Sports. Says not good, looking good for Bucs running back Bucky Irving at the walkthrough today, who had a boot on his left foot and was on crutches at today's walkthrough. Focus on Rachaad White, Sean Tucker for Sunday in Seattle. Yep, I got Rachaad White on my fantasy team, and I will elevate him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He also says today's a walkthrough for Bucs, so hard to judge participation at all. Jamel Dean was on the sidelines with the rest of the DBs, as was Benjamin Morrison and Christian Izzian. Greg Gaines looks fine sitting with defensive linemen as well. So, once again, the Bulls will talk at noon today, so we'll be over there and we'll try to. I might be a little late for that, but we'll hear what's going on. He's not going to give us a ton because he never does, but we'll see what's going on with injuries. The bottom line is for Bucs is they've been beat up, they are beat up, and as I've said before, I'm not too concerned right now because we banked 3 wins, and I fully expect this team to struggle in the next month. You can't lose this many people up front and be the same team that we expected you to be. But they're going to find their way. Elijah Simmons is a guy that they brought in who played really well last week along the defensive line, was wrecking people. Big dude. We had a great job going out and finding this guy. And then we brought in Sweeney from the Bills practice squad, who's played a lot of football in this league. He's older. Maybe he finds his way into the right guard position. Gedeke comes back. J-Mac comes back. Godwin gets better. He had 10 targets last week and 3 catches. His catch percentage is always in the 70s, 80% in targets. So he's going to get way better. Mike's not playing and probably won't play for a couple weeks. So this team's going to struggle, but I'm not concerned right now. I'm concerned because, you're not the best that you can be, but nobody is. So let's just, let's calm down. We're probably might lose this week at Seattle. We got some tough games coming up, and I would expect this team to probably be, maybe might be 3-3, might be 3-4, might be 4-3. I don't know, but get to a point. If we could steal one of these games the next few weeks with this roster, and I think we've got plenty of good players to do so. I'm not saying we're going to lose every game. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if we do, don't panic. The cavalry is coming, and the end of the season schedule is what it is, and you should be able to win some games. So don't fret. If we will lose this week and others, this is not the team that we're going to have in November and December.
Right.
Guys are going to get better. Younger guys are going to get better. I mean, these young corners played really, really well against Philadelphia, against some really good receivers. Benjamin Morrison showed you something. Jacob Harris has showed you something big time. Ibuka is going to be the freaking rookie of the year. This draft class is going to be another stellar class. And Elijah Roberts, the 5th round pick, has played really well. So there's at the short term doesn't look good. Bucky's hurt. Gedeke's hurt. Don't worry. We're good.
This is why it was important to jump out to your fast start.
Yes.
Because we talked about it even before the season started, when we knew that there were already going to be injury issues on the offensive line with Wirfs out, and we knew that Godwin wasn't coming back immediately. Now, we didn't anticipate what's happened since, but it's safe to say you got to jump out to a fast start because it's kind of a weak schedule to begin with. We didn't know it was going to be this week. I thought the Texans would be better. I didn't know the Jets were going to be quite as bad. But, you had to do that to now you've got a little bit of a cushion. I think Atlanta's playing a little bit better than I thought they would to start the season, although Penix is having his issues. He's by no means the savior yet in Atlanta. I think he's got the potential still, of course. But
Atlanta's, I think they're going to be a good team.
I do too.
I think they're going to be good.
It might not be this year.
might not. You're right. But I think there's too much talent on that team.
And I will tell you this. I said it when he was hired. I love Raheem Morris, and I wish the best for Raheem Morris. I don't know that he is head coaching material, and they may find that. And that's okay. Some guys are great coordinators. They can't be a good head coach.
Absolutely.
North Turner, one of the greatest examples of that. Dave Wanstead, one of the greatest examples of that.
It's a different deal.
It's a different deal, and not everybody can do it. And we kind of thought maybe Todd Bowles fit into that mold for a little while, and his jury's still out, but we'll see. But that Raheem Morris era in Atlanta might be shorter than what we thought. And I'm not saying this year, but I'm saying if they have another disappointing season with that roster, there could be changes there at the end of the year.
Yeah. So this is a long season, and September is kind of like the old preseason. Frankly, remember back in the day we had 6 preseason games and the starters played a lot of them.
Yeah,
crazy. So September is still kind of a feeling out period, and guys, you're still installing offenses. Coordinators are getting comfortable. So this is not who this team is going to be, especially this team. With the completely reshuffled offensive line for the first month of the season. I mean, and that was supposed to be your strength.
Yep.
And it has been a tremendous weakness, and you still won 3 games. So again, Bucs fans, chill out. It's going to be, the water's going to get a little choppy here. The Jose Gas bar is going to probably take some water in the next couple of weeks. So get your rum going and just relax and wait till calmer seas are ahead. And we're going to have smooth sailing. I love this analogy I'm working with there. Is it a metaphor or is it no? And we get to now in November around Thanksgiving. It's going to be calm seas, and the sales are going to be full and charge ahead. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I needed some Buccaneer music for that, but here we go. Bucs basement is up more. Good morning. Nice negative jolt from my man. It's never a good sign when you need to get a second opinion on an injury. Bucs can deal with Bucky for a game or two without Bucky for a game or two. Need him healthy for the long stretch if he can be available. Yeah, take a few weeks off, Bucky. It's all good. We got great depth.
And also, it's not a sign of anything. This is actually pretty common in the NFL.
Right.
It's not uncommon for guys to, and it doesn't mean he doesn't like the evaluation he got by the team. It just means, hey, there's something here, so let's have multiple opinions, multiple people take a look at it. It's very, very common in the NFL.
Yeah, there's nothing.
It's not a big
going
deal
on here. Angelo Provenzano, good morning. Ciao, bella. Honestly, getting second opinion on all Bucs players' injuries is a good idea at this point. The training and medical staff has proved to be suspect at best. I'm not going to go there. I don't have enough information on it. And injuries happen in the NFL. The whole Tristan Wirfs thing, but people got all bent out of shape. And, when Tristan talked about it the other day, it was exactly what we said it was. He was dealing with some pain. These guys deal with this pain all the time. And it normally kind of just goes away. It heals itself, and then you're ready for the season. Well, this particular one did not. And at that point, because you never want to have surgery or unnecessary surgery. Right. And the feedback that these doctors are getting is solely dependent on the player. And Tristan Wirfs is a badass. And he didn't want to say, oh, I'm just like, I can't walk up and down stairs. Listen, they tried to fight through it. And then they had surgery. And so now he's back at the end of the preseason. So we're fine. We'll be fine. His legs will be fresher for the end. And I don't think that's necessarily a miscalculation by the training staff. I'm going to need a lot more information before I start going after them. October 1st, happy elimination day for the Yankees, says Brandon Weed. Boy, what a game that was last night with the Red Sox and Yankees. Full house at the Boogie Down, and Chapman comes on, bases loaded, nobody out, in a 3-1 lead, and he wiggles out of it. I think I read that's the first time ever a team has had bases loaded in the bottom of the ninth and didn't score a run and lost the game.
Yeah. I think I did hear that.
Yeah. Brandon says, I'm sure you answered this before, but why does Stu, the clown, have a 10% stake in the Rays? Why not just completely walk away? Okay, this is me postulating, connecting the dots on a lot of information that I've heard. So baseball wanted Stu out. We know this, right? And he didn't want to leave. This has been a very sticky thing with the other owners and the commissioner. It got ugly. It got really, really ugly behind the scenes. So in order to force him to sell, in quotations, if you're listening in the podcast, in order to force him to sell, I'm sure there were some concessions made and some negotiation done in order for him to remain a baseball owner and keep all the accoutrement that comes along with that. And I think this was probably part of it. And maybe it was part, of the negotiation of the sale that this group wanted to take what amounts to $170 million and put that into team payroll or put it towards the new stadium instead of paying it to Stu. And he still retains part of it. Now, I think eventually they'll buy him out, but I think this is probably part of the negotiation. The thing to remember is he has no say whatsoever in this team and what goes on. None.
Right.
None. So don't worry about it. It is what it is. We need to stop talking about it, frankly.
Keep his name out of your mouth.
There you go. Train Track says, congrats, JP, on the Rays coverage. The deed is done. Thank you very much. And welcome in, Train Track. First time I've seen you on the track. Good morning to Sergio and Nathan. Good day to you, fellas. Danny Boy Kane, my man, says, I'm looking forward to Saturday night as well. My guest tonight on my podcast is the voice of Florida State Seminoles, Jeff Culhane. Nice job, Danny Boy. Nice get.
Are you going to sit up straight and stay awake for that interview? Just kidding. Just
When
kidding.
Danny Boy came on with us, he was very relaxed in his big UM chair.
Very relaxed.
Very relaxed. Kind of like that. Yeah. There's Nathan says, good morning to the peep, JP Peeps. It's Peterman's. Get it right. He's just not going to do it.
He's not, dude. He refuses.
He's just not going to do it.
That's okay.
Jeff Stetler says, Stu is gone. 90% boat parade. Okay. That sounds good to me. 90% better than nothing. Okay, we'll do it. Alex S. said, JP couldn't ask for a better birthday gift than Stu no longer owning my baseball team. Thanks for all you do and for being the voice of us Tampa Bay sports fans. Thank you very much, Alex. You don't know what that means to me to hear you say that. I really, really appreciate it. It's been my life's work, and I really appreciate it when people say those things. It means a ton to me. So thank you. Rick is in this morning, says, after the closing, Stu took all the pens off the table. Yes, he did. I'm sure he did. William Madden says, good morning, gents. Thanks for great coverage on Rays, JP. You're welcome. Michael LaRue said, why didn't you think Stu was going to collect every penny from the 2025 season before finalizing the sales 48 hours after it ended? Yeah, of course. And he made good money on selling those season tickets at Steinbrenner. Don't get fooled. He jacked up the prices, all that premium seating he made, and those $23 beers. He made plenty of money this year. Anybody that tells you they lost a lot of money for being at Steinbrenner, that is 1,000% not true. They may have lost a little bit. I don't think so. I think they made more money. But whatever. Stu is $1.7 billion. Who cares, Sergio? Shut up. Daniel Rivera, thank you, JP. You've been right on this from day one, in spite of what some have said about you. That's right, Daniel. That's right. Are they kind of eating it now, though?
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe?
I mean, they should be, but I'm saying they're probably not.
Well, you Petermans, make sure that you get on social media and make sure they eat it. Big old mouthful of it. Stephanie Lana says, I know for you it isn't about vindication, but you have been on this from day one, yet no one believed you. Wait, no one believed me?
Some people did.
I think a lot of people did. Glad it worked out for the community and the team. Things can only get better from here. Thank you, Stephanie. You're 100% correct, except when you said nobody believed me. A lot of people believe me. But to her point, a lot of people with the big pens and the big microphones in this town said I was wrong, and I didn't know what the hell I was talking about.
They did.
So, yeah, y'all got to eat it. Kenneth says, good morning, Petermans. Just a question. I don't know if I missed it or if I was late, but I was just wondering, did this group also invest in the soccer team as well? Thought I read something on it. Yes, they get the soccer team as well. So what happens with the soccer team? Well, they're playing at Al Lang this year, the Rowdies we're talking about. After that, it's up in the air. Now, I mean, if I was this new group, and I don't think this would necessarily happen because I don't think MLS wants a team in Orlando and Tampa, kind of like the baseball thing. I think it's too close. But I would try to do what Arthur Blank did in Atlanta and try to get an MLS team to play in my big new shiny stadium and pack it out. But then you'd have to design the stadium to do soccer as well, and I don't know how that works.
Gross.
You know, baseball needs to be the priority. We don't need to make concessions for maybe having a soccer team. And also, Daryl Shaw, who owns the Tampa Bay Sun, has proposed a soccer-only stadium. Yeah. And Daryl owns the Ybor Harbor. So there's synergy here. There's some really good synergy here to get, dare I say, 2 stadiums done. Now, the soccer stadium would be like 15,000, like a very kind of a small boutique for, the Tampa Bay Sun, which is, and then the Rowdies, which is not an MLS team. And they draw, 5,000 to 8,000 at Al Lang. So that, 15,000 would be a perfect, really cool soccer stadium that could be part of the Ybor, the complex, where you have a baseball stadium and a really cool soccer stadium. So, yeah, I think that's part of it. And that's going back to what? Community. Let's serve all the community, including the soccer heads. Be part of this big group. Love that. Rick says, Nathan, Stu had to move in with JP after the sale after paying off all the people he screwed over. He's broke. Boy, that would be kind of like an Odd Couple situation, right?
Step Brothers.
Oh, no, don't do it. Don't put the picture.
I don't have it anymore.
Oh, thank God.
I purged it, JP.
Yeah. Michael LaRue says Patrick Zalewski said he wants to bring a world-class experience on and off the field. Fans are going to hold him to that because nothing Stu did was world-class. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. These guys are not coming here to build some shanty town, okay? This is not what this is about. You've got mixed use. What did Ken Hagan tell us last week? The Mosey project is a $2 billion mixed use plan up there by USF. These guys are not coming here, to build some crappy thing.
Right.
It's going to be iconic. Train Track says, hey, who knows? Maybe Orlando could get spring training since they got Dr. Workman in the group. Great idea. Can we get the hell out of Port Charlotte? Port Charlotte is a dump.
Been there.
It's a cool little stadium down there, but it's near nothing. Like there's nothing there.
Used to be the spring training home of the Texas Rangers.
It's awful. The city's awful. There's nothing there. Yeah, let's go to Disney. That's a great ballpark, by the way. That's a great, and then you got all the Disney accoutrement that if you want to go to spring training, it's right there in the middle of the state. I mean, and you energize the Orlando fan base to come on over. That sounds like a layup. Train Track sounds like a freaking layup to me. Stephanie said, "This is great analysis, JP." Well, thank you. First time in. Bucs basement, the AL East better be shaking in their boots because we did all this over a past couple of years with an owner who never invested in the team. Imagine what we could do when the owners who spend. Well, I got good news for you, Bucs basement. We're not going to be in the AL East anymore with this unlevel playing field with the Yankees, Red Sox, Blue Jays, and Orioles. Guess what? Realignment is coming. And the Braves, who, by the way, fired Brian Snitker this morning or reassigned him. He's no longer the manager of the Braves. It's going to be the Braves, the Rays, the Marlins, and the new expansion North Carolina team, possibly, or Nashville.
Yeah.
Road trip, Nashville, and then a balanced schedule. So you're going to still see the Yankees and the Red Sox. They're still going to come here. And you feed you Yankee and Red Sox fans. You still get to put on your Yankee gear. Screw you, by the way. But how much easier is that division to win on a much more level playing field? Nobody in Nashville, even Atlanta, they're good spenders, but they're not $350 million spenders.
Right.
So finally a level playing field, get a little thing going with the Marlins and the Braves. How about that? So yeah, brighter days to come, Monfrere. Yeah, O and I were talking about this yesterday on the Big O show. Don't forget to watch that as well. All these same FanStream Sports Tampa Bay outlets. We talked about that possible realignment and what that's going to mean for the Rays moving forward. Can you imagine a real payroll on level with everybody else in the with Kevin Cash and Eric Neander running things? You people who supported the former regime are going to look like fools. And you're going to say, damn, why didn't we do this before?
Yeah, why did this take so long?
Right. Patrick's at Debbie Downers says, all dreams and ideas to me until it actually happens. Oh, boo, boo.
Come on.
I have to show all opinions, right? Nathan just wants us to talk about the Bucs. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Nathan.
We will, but just not today, not right now. Sale official JP, much appreciate the great reporting, commitment to keeping MLB in Tampa and being the voice of the fans for all who've benefited for having MLB in this market, including my son. Thank you. Well, that means a lot, Doug, and I really, really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Daniel Rivera says, and I'm going to tell you this is going to get done quickly in the right way. By the way, Danny Boy Kane and Daniel Rivera have been two of my biggest supporters on social media. And they've been telling people that this has happened because JP said it was going to happen. And they've taken a lot of shit too. They've taken a lot. So to Daniel, Danny Boy Cam, and Douglas Batista, all you Petermans that have been out there and had my back over the last few months, you can now go tell all those people who told you to eat it. So don't miss an opportunity. Don't take the high road.
No.
Not today. Most days we say yes, but not today. What else we got here? Sergio says, I sense JP is excited. Yes. Steven Gonzalez. JP Bucs Seahawks could get moved 8:30 Sunday. This happened to a Raiders game because of the A's in 2013. Game was switched to NFL Network and national TV. I thought Sunday night, though. Was that a Monday night game, though?
Yeah, I don't think you can do that on a Sunday night.
Sunday night, I think NBC has that exclusive window.
Yep.
So I don't know if that's true, but we'll see. Oh, 11:30 Eastern time? No, they're not doing that, bro. There's no way. Well, that would be after the Sunday window. So he's right there. But there's no way they're playing a game did they play a game at 11:30 Eastern time?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that. John Hill says Bucky number 7 is the first Bucs player to have over 100 yards receiving and over 50 yards rushing in a single game with a touchdown. He's a hell of a player, and we'll miss him, but we got some great depth here.
And this is why you didn't trade Rachaad White in the offseason.
Thank you.
For all of you that were calling for it, this is exactly why. That was a horrible idea.
Michael Leroux says, I hope Jason Romano isn't leveraging a Kyle Tucker return to Tampa to get more money from the Cubs. The MLBPA and agents always pressure players to take the most money regardless of fit. Yeah, they do. Listen, is that part of this? Of course. If you're not trying to leverage everything as an agent, then you're not doing your job. All right. But I can tell you this, Kyle would love to play here and Jason would love him to play here in their heart of hearts, but it's business. So, but there will be a business Tampa Bay accommodation. Let's just say it that way. There's synergy there. Both people want it to work. I would think. I haven't asked the owners, but I would think, why would they not? So let's just put it that way. I think that's a good way to put it. Lonnie Wilkins, what's up, brother? Said, what I experienced at Wrigley Field yesterday for the postseason is exactly what the Rays fans deserve. Yes, Lonnie. Lonnie works at Wrigley Field, and I saw him when I was up there. By the way, thank you so much for coming over and saying hello, taking the time to do that. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, the playoff atmosphere at the Trop was awesome. If there's anything positive I could say about that, when that place was packed for playoffs, it was special. And it was freaking loud. It was really loud. Now, was hell getting in and out and getting a beer? That all sucked. But the atmosphere was crazy. You know, the World Series we saw there, I took my kids to when they were young. That was a really special memory. Very special memory. Yeah. So, what else we got here? Joel says the injuries aren't going to end, JP. Joel's love Joel, but he can be on the negative side. We could put him in the Bucs basement camp. Guy Jones says the Orlando threat is exactly what it is needed to get this stadium deal over the hump and to the finish line. Yeah, you're right. We've talked about this. And Ken Hagan is right to present it as that. If it's ours to lose. So let's don't freaking screw this up. Thomas Casper says Stu has 10% of the transactions to settle his account, possibly with partners or liabilities like Wander Franco. Interesting. Oh. I know there's a huge liability with his former partners in that lawsuit. So I don't know if that's been paid off, but it's a big chunk. But why wouldn't you just sell and then pay that off? I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe they wanted a piece of the team back. Interesting that the partners that sued him owned how much percentage? 10.
So there you go.
And he's got 10. Maybe they just assume that part of the partnership as a settlement deal. I'm not saying that it's definitely happened. I'm just putting pieces together. That's interesting. Why are those percentages exactly the same? Brandon Weed says, fun fact, there are 12 X-Rays players that are in the playoffs this year and one for each team.
Oh, wow.
And I got to watch Ben Rortvedt play.
Ben Rortvedt.
Good dude.
Win a World Series.
He's a good dude. He just was terrible here. You know, he's a really good dude. But Jimmy J. Voyager said, should we expect a rebrand soon or wait until the new stadium? I don't know. I honestly don't know that, but I think there probably at some point will be a rebrand. I mean, Ken Babby is a marketer and promoter. Why would you not want to do that? And it's not like people are gaga over the the sunburst, right? I leave that to the fans. I'm not.
You hate it though.
What's that? I'm not a big fan of it.
You're on record of hating it.
Yeah, I love the double ray stuff. I thought that's great.
Yeah.
Except the socks. The socks are bad. The multicolored socks.
I like those.
Clown show. Cody says 620 is the MSNBC of sports radio. You got that right. That's where they lean.
Gosh, yeah.
There's no doubt about that. More than you know. Trust me. Shadow X says, I just joined and did I miss the injury report for the Bucs? Well, what we know, we're not going to get the official injury report till later today. Greg Allman reported that Bucky's in a boot and crutches at practice. Everybody else, you can't really tell what's going on because it's a walkthrough. So I guess we're really not going to get any real information until noon with Bowles and then spotting even with that. So Daniel says, I'd like to see the Rays come back to Al Lang's site once the Rowdies leave for spring training. That would be interesting too. The Rays once trained at Al Lang, and I thought, and that was great. I went to a lot of games there. But I think it would be better for the franchise, frankly. I think it would be better. It'd be great. It would be great if it was there for folks in St. Pete and Tampa to go to. But what I think it kind of steals away from the regular season. It's hard to train where you play.
Yeah.
I think Orlando would be far enough away that it's a different market. Like you're in the same market if you're in St. Pete. And we need that market. We need Orlando. They're not our enemy. They're our friend.
I think
Orlando
it's weird I think from a football standpoint, I think it's weird that the Bucs do that.
Yeah.
That they don't go somewhere for training camp. Like they
did that for a long time. They do it to Disney, but it just costs so much money, and you have all your facilities. Yeah, but you have all your facilities here, and it's not like you're playing games in another stadium.
You know where the Cowboys go? Are you all aware of where
they go to California? Yeah.
Oxnard, California, where the weather is 68 degrees the entire time.
That's why they're such pussies.
And as a media member, oh my gosh, when I used to go, holy crap, dude, that was
Oh yeah, nice for you. Listen, I kind of like going over to Disney. We had a nice little condo there. It was kind of fun.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Stephanie says, yes, when I said no one believed you, I meant you caught a lot of flack of putting out others when you had reliable sources, people still doubting you, but you always backed it up. Yeah, we had very reliable sources within the ownership group. So, yeah, but listen, this is all, BS behind the scenes with us, with the egos of the reporters and everybody else. Yeah. Nobody cares, and they don't want to give me any due. And even that part is very political. They're of a different political slant, and they hate me. And they hate it when I beat them to stories. That's what they really hate. And I don't have any personal animus towards them at all, towards some of their reporting. Yes, I don't agree with it, but I love everybody. I don't hate them. Just hate what they write sometimes. Hate's a strong word. David Terry said, not to switch gears, but our Bolts are really looking good in the preseason. Hopefully it carries over to the regular season. I know we have neglected the Lightning, and I apologize for that.
It's preseason, JP.
It's preseason. It's preseason. It's preseason hockey, which is really preseason. Yeah. So when they start playing games here, I'm working my first game tomorrow night. So I'll be able to get over there and kind of, you also kind of have to weed out the prospects too. So we'll get serious tomorrow and start talking some more Lightning. So I apologize for that, but we got plenty of time. This is historic stuff that's going on with the Rays and big stuff with the Bucs as well. So Daniel Rivera says the game at Stephanie Gonzalez is referring to was Stephen Gonzalez, 2013 Raiders game versus the San Diego Chargers on October 6th. Check that, Timmy.
So October 6th, what year?
2013. Lonnie, Rick says, Lonnie, how much trouble did you go through to see JP at Wrigley? I know the velvet ropes were a bit much. I did have good seats, courtesy of Kyle Tucker and Jason Romano. We had right behind home plate in the friends and family section where Ashley, some dude sitting behind Ashley was pulling out her hairs. It's a true story. Weird. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, Bucs talk and FSU Miami talk. Miami insider Mike Murphy's going to join us, and he's going to pump up those Canes. And I don't blame him. That's a really good football team. I've been doing some research on Miami. Their defense is really, really good. So we'll do some college stuff. We'll talk some Bucs as well. We'll get to MLB. And Timmy has a little piece of video that's making big news on the WNBA that we have to share with you guys. Man, oh, man.
Scorched earth, JP. Let's go scorched earth.
I love scorched earth press conferences. Hey, we're brought to you by the great folks at Cafe Paradiso. Get your great Italian food, traditional Italian at Cafe Paradiso. Absolutely fantastic experience. I've had so many of you guys tell me, hey, I went there for my birthday and it was fantastic. Yeah. I love when I hear from you guys. When you take our recommendations and you go to these local places, once again, Tampa Bay community coming together, our local restaurants that have been there for 30 years. And Paolo Tini, he comes on the show. We love him. He is a local treasure. This restaurant is a local treasure. If you haven't been to Cafe Paradiso, go on by. Right there on South McDill, just north of Gandy. It's an unbelievable place. And tell them JP sent you. Cafe Paradiso. Back in 3. The Gold and Diamond Source is working every day to be your family jeweler. Right now, a $5,000 engagement ring with 0% interest can be yours for just $83. So don't let the holidays sneak up on you this year. Now is the time to get ahead with their in-store layaway. Trade in your old jewelry for cash. Gold has never been higher. The Gold and Diamond Source is offering the highest ever trade-in values for your gold and diamond jewelry. Now is the time to get your holiday shopping started. So come in now, relax, shop, and save at the Gold and Diamond Source. We love Julie and Steve Weintraub, great local philanthropists, and you can find them at 3800 Omerton Road in Clearwater, where you'll always find the perfect gift, only at the Gold and Diamond Source. Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves, who lives right here and has long been a highly respected member of our community. He's a proud sponsor of the Tampa Riverwalk. Jeeves Law Group is also a proud sponsor of our Grand Central District in St. Pete and has neighborhood events throughout the year. He has an office on Central Avenue in St. Pete and one on South Howard in Tampa. You can't get more local than that. So when you need an attorney, you're going to hire some huge firm that advertises all over the state or the one that supports your favorite sports show. It's the Jeeves Law Group. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. For personal injury and personal attention, call us for a free case evaluation. That's 8889-JEEVES. That's 8889-JEEVES. With this record heat in Tampa Bay, you better have your AC unit running at peak efficiency. Third Generation Plumbing installs the best American standard AC units. Our split systems offer the highest efficiency available while reducing energy bills and maximizing comfort. That's why Third Generation Plumbing trusts American standard air conditioning, built to last, made to perform. Whether it's a new install or an emergency repair, our family-owned team brings 3 generations of trusted service to your home, now with the unmatched reliability of American Standard. Plumbing or cooling, we've got Tampa covered. Call Third Generation Plumbing today, 813-961-8024, or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com. And we also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Cafe Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Cafe Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Grouper Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the JP Peterson Show right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCar Tim. JP is apparently indisposed. Coming back at you on a Wednesday. Happy Hump Day! By the way, I don't know if y'all know, I divulged this on my Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim show here at FanStream Sports Dallas not too long ago. I was apparently confused by the term Hump Day going back to 9th grade. Oh, welcome back to the show, JP.
Thank you. Much needed bathroom break there.
I was telling a little story about Hump Day.
Yeah.
And how I was confused literally my entire life about what Hump Day meant. We got to get that off because we got to show that great Devil Rays thing up there. Because
how beautiful is that?
Because as a freshman in high school, we didn't have texting. Okay, this is 1985. Okay.
What?
So everybody passed notes through middle school. You'd pass notes in between classes on one sheet of paper, right? With girls, friends, whatever, right? It's just it's a note, and you pass it, you write, and you pass, and you just it's a text thread that went on paper, right, throughout the week or however until the paper was used up. Then you'd start a new one,
right?
Well, there was this girl at Marcus High School here locally, where I went my freshman year, named Stacy, who I had tremendous hots for. And we were good friends.
Mom has it going on too.
Oh man, love me some Rachel Hunter. So we would pass notes throughout the day. We'd go skating on Friday nights with all of our friends and everything because that's what we did. That was our social network, Six Flags and skating. So we would pass notes, and every Wednesday she would write "Happy Hump Day," and then 14-year-old Tim Brain.
Of course.
I've never heard this before. I've never heard Hump Day ever in my life.
So you thought she wanted to hump you.
I thought that's what that meant. She wanted to hump Tim. She wanted to ride the Tim train. And I'm like, I was so confused because she's never led on showing any interest. And I'm just like, wait, does that mean like today we're going to hump? Dude. I never had it. Look, obviously nothing.
So when you saw
happened.
the Geico commercials with the camel, hump day,
yeah, and I'm like, who's having sex with the camel? What's this about? No, but dude, literally, it took me all the way till my adult life, and when I say adult life, I mean probably in my 40s.
Yeah,
before I knew what Hump Day meant, because it's like the middle of the week. It's the top of the hump, and
you're getting over the hump to the weekend. I don't know
who came up with that, but it's the stupidest, most asinine saying I've ever heard in my life, and I was confused my freaking entire life about it.
So it brings up an interesting question. So are there certain colloquialisms like that you did not realize what they were or what the words were until later on in life, till you screwed it up and somebody said, what did you say?
Right.
I'm saying this because the other day, Stephen A. Smith put out this video that he was doing an interview with, who was he doing an interview? Anyway, it was a big political interview, and it got millions and millions of views. And he said something to the effect, who was he talking about? I think he was talking about some Democratic politician. Anyway, he goes, and what he said did not pass the mustard. And I went,
he said that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, Stephen.
No, he was on Bill Maher.
You're an educated man.
He goes, and I'm just saying, whatever he said did not pass the mustard. And I'm like, did he say mustard? He said mustard. I went back and he said mustard. And then I go, somebody in the comments is gonna kill him. And like 6 comments down, it was like, dude, pass the mustard? Question mark. What are you, an idiot?
What are we having lunch? Dude, that is awesome.
I was like, oh, darn. I did that on something many years ago.
We've all done it. Yeah.
Oh, I was reading a quote. Cold on this show I used to do, the Daily Sports Source with Rich Hollenberg and Brian Vasulo. And I got a piece of it. I was reading a quote from somebody. And I was just, for the first time, I'd read a quote. And instead of saying it was the epitome of something,
Yeah.
I said epitome.
Epitome. I've done that before.
I said
I do that on purpose.
And Rich looked at me and just laughed and like, that's funny, because he thought I did it on purpose. But I went, oh wait, that's epitome. So
I say epitome all the time, but I do it on purpose.
We've all done it. So put them in the comments if you've had a moment like that. What was that moment? But that was like for Stephen A. Smith to go on that show, it didn't pass the mustard.
That's just great.
I'm like, wow. And you're going to run for president? Okay. Because, I mean,
good Lord.
Oh, by the way, Paul Feinbaum running for senator in Alabama because Tuberville's going to run for governor. What's Saban going to run for?
President.
Yeah, maybe. Who'd want that job? Seriously.
Good Lord. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Pete Schultz says, went to Cafe Paradiso Saturday night. Wow, great food. If you have not been there, you got to go. You will not be disappointed. Yeah, Pete. What'd you have? Give me the menu. What'd you have? Lay it all down. Did you do the lasagna appetizer like I do? And Scotty Fitz do. We order an entree for our appetizer.
Lasagna for the appetizer. Because
it's so good, I don't ever want to go there and not have it. So I'm like, yeah, we'll split a lasagna order for an appetizer. And they're like,
veal piccata is still my favorite. Just melts in my mouth, man.
Right, while we wait for Mike to come in and talk some FSU Miami, let's do this national story that's taken hold and set it up.
So look, guys, you know that if I'm bringing WNBA stuff to the table, it's got to be juicy, right? Because like, who would do that? And I found out about this on in local radio here. They played this, and I'm like, man, I got to grab this for JP's show. So I guess the WNBA playoffs are going on, and the Minnesota Lynx were just eliminated last night, and Nafisha Collier, who plays for the Lynx, I guess she was runner-up MVP this year. She's considered one of, if not the best player in the league. Again, I don't know. I'm just going based on what I've read this morning. She, in her post-game press conference, decided to go scorched earth on her league and her commissioner. And look, I don't know about the politics of the WNBA. I know it's complicated because it's owned by the NBA and it's not really its own entity, but it kind of is. I don't know that the WNBA commissioner has power to really do anything. I think that's all NBA driven stuff, right?
She has power to run her league and her officials, and the physicality of the play. So this is what the Fisher's talking about.
So she just comes on and decides to go off,
sharing everything from her personal conversation with the
commissioner. For your time today.
Yes.
I have prepared a statement that I would like to make before taking any questions.
You know it's going to be good.
Right. First of all, I'd like to congratulate the Mercury for advancing to the finals. And I want to be clear, this conversation is not about winning or losing.
The kindling
is
about
about something much bigger. The real threat to our league isn't money. It isn't ratings or even missed calls or even physical play.
Ooh.
It's the lack of accountability from the league office.
Lack of men.
Since I've been in the league, you've heard the constant concerns about officiating, and it has now reached levels of inconsistency that plague our sport and undermine the integrity in which it operates. Whether the league cares about the health of the players is one thing, but to also not care about the product we put on the floor is truly self-sabotage. Year after year, the only thing that remains consistent is the lack of accountability from our leaders. Sorry, I had to walk here in my boot. I'm kind of out of breath. The league has a buzzword that they've rolled out as talking points for the CBA as to why they can't pay the players what we're worth. That word is sustainability. But what's truly unsustainable is keeping a good product on the floor while allowing officials to lose control of games. Fans see it every night. coaches, both winning and losing, pointed out every night in pregame and postgame media. Yet leadership just issues fines and looks the other way. They ignore the issues that everyone inside the game is begging to be fixed. That is negligence. At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Kathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's a mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't value us. The league believes it succeeds despite its players, not because of them. I have the privilege of watching my husband run a league where he has to balance 100 different things at once. I won't pretend the job is easy, but even with all
right, I don't know who her husband is or what he does, but that's kind of the meat of where we were going with that. So we now have a response from Kathy Engelbert Humperdinck that I will read. It's going to be kind of small on the screen. It says, I have for Kathy Engelbert, WNBA commissioner from the commissioner's office. I have the utmost respect for Naphisha Collier and for all the players in the WNBA. Together, we have all worked tirelessly to transform this league. My focus remains on ensuring a bright future for the players and the WNBA, including collaborating on how we continue to elevate the game. I am disheartened by how Nafisa characterized our conversations and league leadership, but even when our perspectives differ, my commitment to the players and to this work will not waver. Nowhere did Kathy Engelbert say, I never said any of that.
No.
She never disputed any of this.
I wonder how Caitlin's feeling about that right now. Like maybe weighing her options to go play overseas where she'll make more money as a player and probably more money in endorsements as well. That league is a disaster. No leadership. It's a disaster on so many levels.
In a corresponding note, something I became aware of yesterday by happenstance, because I can't stand the NBA as a league. I literally, it makes me more angry than people accusing me of wearing Eagles green, by the way.
Yes.
I heard LeBron James is making plans in retirement, post-retirement, to organize a competing league to the NBA.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But I'm here to say,
that's awesome.
Dude, do a competing league for the WNBA, because it seems like that is much more of an opportunity right now.
No, I want to see the NBA eat its own.
Yeah, but I don't want LeBron to be part of it. He's the one that ruined the NBA to begin with.
Don't worry. Nobody's going to watch that one either.
I'm not watching.
He'll just be wasting his money. All right, let's move on to something
you want to know how much
want to talk
you want to
about.
know how much I hate LeBron and what he did to one of my favorite sports in my leagues? So I downloaded this app the other day. It's called Calm. It's supposed to help calm you.
Calm is good.
Familiar with it?
Yes.
I uninstalled it yesterday because you know who owns the company that developed that app? LaFraud James.
It's all right.
I said, talk about screw you. I'm no longer calm.
Let's talk about something that people can really sink their teeth into. FSU Miami, as we bring on Miami insider Mike Murphy. What's up, my friend? How are you? Oh, first of all, there you get your mic up there. How are you?
No, I'm fantastic. Nothing like hate week. Rivalry
it is hate week. It is hate week. Absolutely. I was thinking about some of the past games between these two teams. Many of them I sat through at Doak Campbell Stadium. The wins, there were wins for FSU, were unbelievable. The losses were excruciating. I mean, excruciating. The 87 game where we scored and we're down 1, and if we just kick an extra point, we tie the game, probably go on to play in the national championship game. Bobby says, we're going to go for 2. And my backup quarterback in high school, the great Danny McManus was the quarterback at the time. And he tells the story all the time. He goes, I go over there and I'm talking to coach, and he calls a play that we haven't run since summer.
Oh, no.
He's like, oh, really? We're going to run that? I want you to hit the tight end. And Bubba McDowell knocked it down, and the rest is history. Miami goes on to win their first national championship. That was gut-wrenching.
Yeah. I know it's going to be a great game. You can see the line tightening. But the rivalry is incredible. I don't care what the record is. We always play each other insanely hard. Most of these kids played high school football against each other.
Yeah.
So the
and they chose between FSU and Miami when they were being recruited.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this Miami defense. Your new defensive coordinator, Corey Heatherman. You like him more than the guy last year?
Oh, he's amazing. Yeah. I mean, I
You
just
know
hope
him?
he stays. I haven't had a chance to meet him personally, but raging fan. What he did in Minnesota is very, very impressive.
Big time.
And he just plays violently. He lets us play free. If we're going to make a mistake, make it beautifully. I think that we're a lot more state of Florida defense where we're running towards the ball, where last year we just played zone and let them come to us. And we had a championship offense and a joke of a defense.
Yeah. Well, our defense was a joke last year. Better this year, but not where it needs to be. Obviously against Virginia. I don't know if you saw that game.
Yeah,
it's a hell of a game.
Yeah,
it's a hell of a game.
Is Virginia that big up on the lines?
Yeah, their offensive line's good size, and their quarterback was fantastic. But the defense needs a lot of work at FSU, and they're playing a lot of young kids up front that, frankly, just aren't ready for the big boy test that they're going to get this week. And I think, and I talked to a couple guys who would agree this is about a 10 to 14 point game, which it should be. Miami. I think they're that good. And I think Florida State's much better, but they're not to that level yet. I mean, I don't know how we beat Alabama. Alabama's a really good football team. And I think we have a chance to win. No question about it. But it's going to take, as I said earlier, some Saturday night Doak Campbell magic, which happens all the time.
It does.
Happens all the time. And in this series, it's happened many, many, many times. Dexter Carter, Warwick. I remember lots of great games that we won over Miami, night games that were just incredible. And you need that magic. I'm glad it's at night and everybody's going to be fueled up. The place is going to be packed. It's going to be loud, and we need that home field advantage. But if this were a neutral field, I think the spread would probably be closer to 10 to 12.
Yeah, I think momentum's going to be very, very interesting in this game. So let's flip the coin. It's the beginning of the game. You guys win. Do you go on offense or do you defer?
I always like deferring because you can manipulate and get that extra possession. I think that's worth everything. I know it's up to the coach because he knows the mood of his team and he knows what he has, in the bag as far as offensively, if he's got some plays he thinks going to work and get to the early momentum. So coaches, it's kind of a coach's decision, but just in general, I think it's important to be able to manipulate the half and get that extra possession. And so I would always defer. But if they don't, they better freaking score.
Yeah, exactly.
They better freaking score. So I think this Miami team can run the football on Florida State. That's what it's going to come down to. If we can stop Fletcher, especially, and he's a load, and that offensive line is a load. If we can, because we didn't against Virginia. Taylor kind of ran wild. We missed a ton of tackles. Couldn't tackle him. Couldn't tackle the quarterback. Now I don't think Carson Beck's going to be running a whole lot, but we couldn't tackle their big back, and Miami's better.
Well, I'll tell you a name to look at.
That's a problem.
Check out Jordan Lyle. Jordan Lyle started the Notre Dame game at running back, got dinged up. He's back this week. This is a massive human being, and I'm a raging Mark Fletcher fan. He's got a couple inches on Mark, and he chose between Penn State, Ohio State, and Miami. So this is a Big Ten type of running back who's not going to run around you. He's going to run right through you.
Lyles?
Yeah, Lyle. He's our third string running back, but I think he's got the ability to be a difference maker. And then, you look at our skilled position players. Malachi Toney he's good. He reminds me of Tyreek Hill. He runs a route that looks like calligraphy. You're like, I don't know if I would teach that, but somehow he finds a hole and he's open. But he was a quarterback, so he's reading the defense from a slightly different point of view. He just has Tyreek-like skills. Yeah.
And CJ Daniels has been phenomenal. One of the best receivers in college and catches everything that throws his way. Now, FSU secondary has been good. I like the corners and safeties are better, but they're going to have to get some turnovers. And Carson, he'll throw you some.
Yeah. He's not afraid to push the ball downfield.
Right.
That doesn't always work out.
Right.
But that's where we got to establish a run first, right? If you move 8 to the box, he's going to take some shots, and I think that's where the game's either going to be won or lost. Yeah.
I'm thinking more now. Now, Florida State obviously has to run the football offensively to be anywhere near this game. Bain at 270 pounds is just he is a tough matchup. And our left tackle, Bain plays mostly on the right side of the defense.
Mostly, but they'll move him around.
They'll move around. Yeah, our left tackle he's a little iffy. So I see the matchup in the trenches as being Miami. Skill positions, I think, is kind of a toss-up. I think Castellanos was really good last week against Virginia. The offense, they will score points, but I just don't know how the defense is going to stop that running game. And if you can't stop the run, you're screwed.
Yeah, and as you know, right, if Miami has a lead, all we're going to do is run the ball. That's kind of why I thought, why not get the ball first and try to, play with a lead in Florida State.
Yeah.
But mad respect for Tommy. I mean, what an amazing athlete.
Yeah.
He's developing as a passer too, which is fun to see. And I think that's
guys got to catch him. I mean, he threw a touchdown pass. It should have won the game to Deuce Robinson. And Deuce, you can argue whether he had control of that ball. If you've seen the play, he catches a slant, he holds it, and he's got it in the end zone. He's got control of it. But as he goes out of the end zone, he kind of moves it a little bit to get better control of it. He didn't need to do that. He just needed to hold it.
Yeah.
Just needed to hold it. And I don't know. I've seen calls go either way on that, but they didn't get that call. They didn't get a couple of calls in that game, but they should have won that game. There's no question about it. They should be undefeated, and College game day should still be in Tallahassee.
I think we're both losers on that.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that we don't get extra coverage, you guys don't get extra coverage. Watching Pat McAfee 2 weeks ago jump off the high dive. I mean,
adjust his junk.
Yeah.
And then jump off that. Thank you for that. We needed to see that, Pat. Thank you. Yeah.
What's wrong with just like board shorts? You had to do the Speedo, right?
Right. Of course you did.
And some awkward tan lines.
Yeah, very awkward tan lines. He has to be about him. Yeah. He's no Lee Corso. I can tell you that. He's no Lee Corso.
Not yet.
But do you guys, that was a good game day setup at Coral Gables.
Oh, it was amazing.
I'd never even seen that part of the campus.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, when you look at the campus during the early periods of the campus, we were mining sulfur out of that, which is now the pond.
Yeah.
Just to try to stay by. Most people forget we're a private school. That's why it's more of a family than a tribe. They're just not that same amount of alum. So it's an amazing opportunity if you get to go to Miami, because it's not just about your 4 to 6, 7, 8 years. If you're a doctor, it's a lifestyle, and it's about taking care of the brotherhood every year after that. Yeah.
It's a kind of an interesting fan base because, as you mentioned, it's small and you got all the hangers on that never went to Miami.
Yeah.
That make up a large base of the fan. That's always pissed me off. And everybody, Florida and FSU fans are like, you didn't even go to Miami. Shut the hell up. You never been to set foot on campus, and now you're like flipping up to you. Get out of here. Get out of here. How do you guys deal with that? Like, welcome aboard, right? Get on the bandwagon.
We love the fact that fans want to root for a winning team, and we understand when we're not playing well that they don't show up. It's our obligation to put the best product on the field. I think NIL has put a spotlight back on Miami. If you're young and you want to be a millionaire, do you really want to be, a state capital? Do you want to be in Jacksonville? Do you want to be in Gainesville? Or do you want to be in, Magic City and then the fastest growing economy in Florida? It's right there in Miami.
Yeah, no thanks.
No. What do you have against getting rich, bro?
the beautiful road. You don't like the beautiful rolling hills and the canopy trees of Tallahassee? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I grew up in South Florida. So as soon as I got to town, first of all, like an hour outside of Tallahassee, you actually see like these big hills.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and to me, I'm like, this is a mountain. We're going up a mountain. We're going up as you come into Tallahassee, which means 7 hills, if you didn't know that, in Seminole. You get all these big hills, and then I'm seeing these trees, and I'm the brick and all this brick, beautiful campus. And then the girls came out in dolphin shorts, and I'm like, oh yeah, I think I'm coming to Florida State. This is a departure from South Florida. I'm going to Florida State. I was immediately hooked 1,000%. So there's no draw for Miami to me.
Yeah,
Zero.
no, I'm still talking about the student athlete of today that's making $300,000-$400,000 a year as just a starter. How do you put your money to work? I think
you still get an apartment for that in Miami?
You can put a down payment on a very nice apartment there. You can have a little something every month.
Well, did you have to be making $1 million to actually get an apartment in Miami if you're an athlete?
No, I think if you're an athlete, especially in Coral Gables, there's still some really nice areas that are quite affordable. We when we think of Miami, we think of South Beach, we think of Wynwood, we think of Brickell. But Coral Gables is just a beautiful little community tucked within a magical city. So they get the best of both worlds. If you haven't been to Coral Gables, and as a Florida State fan,
it's been a while.
Wait until spring or something. Yeah. It's not football season. But come on down and just enjoy it. It's beautiful. It's heaven on earth. It's where people go to retire. So at 18 to 22 years old, why wouldn't you want to play football in paradise?
Well, are you getting an on-campus stadium anytime soon?
I don't think so.
There's no room, right?
There's no room. If I had my own vote, I'm a big fan of teaming up with MLS and figuring out how to build a stadium for both.
Yeah,
where we could have.
But they're building that thing for Inter Miami, right?
Yeah,
That's Beckham's thing.
It's Beckham. I think financed by PNC. They've started the whole model.
How far from campus is that?
Significantly closer.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact mileage, but it would make the average college student commute significantly easier.
Yeah, because Hard Rock's like 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
This would be like 15, I think, 10 to 15.
About 15, yeah, absolutely. But let me be clear, though. The Hard Rock's still an NFL stadium. How many colleges get to play in an NFL stadium?
USF, but they don't like it. They want one of their own.
Yeah, well, one's about filling it up, right?
Yeah.
So you got to pack the rock, as we say.
Yeah.
We'll see if we pack the rock in noon kickoffs because that place is especially hot.
It's brutal.
But wouldn't you love to see the Hard Rock semi-closed roof at Raymond James?
Yes,
because that could be a game changer. I'm watching.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's what's going to happen. Did you go to the game last week?
I did. You know, other than special teams, we forget, man. Without special teams, that's a tied game.
Oh yeah,
and
we're fine. The Bucs are fine. Did you sit in the sun?
No.
Hell no. I'm good on
that. I red-eyed from California, so I found some shade.
Yeah, it's brutal. They should not have 1 o'clock game. I say there should be a law. In September, you cannot have a college or professional football game in the sun. Everything has to be played at night.
I love that.
I'm literally sitting in the press box next to Sal Paolantonio, dropping them names. We're sitting there, and there's a couple of EMTs sitting next to us enjoying a Coke, and they have their radios on, and it's like, oh, we got a 41-year-old man, heat exhaustion, section 402. We got a 27-year-old woman, heat exhaustion, section 14, like nonstop. And then we got a fight breaking out in section 104. It was nonstop fights and heat exhaustion.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're a fan that pays a lot of money to go to game, that's not really what.
No, it shouldn't be an endurance.
And that wasn't everything, obviously. It's a great experience, but for a lot of people, it wasn't with the Eagle fans.
It's just the facts of life. I mean, it's really hot. And if you're enjoying a couple adult beverages and you're already dehydrated when you get to the game, I mean, it's a recipe for disaster.
And sitting close proximity. Can't do it.
No thanks.
All right. So are you going to the game Saturday?
I don't think so. I think I'm going to be stuck here in Tampa because we've got an amazing weekend at Genesis of Tampa. It's our grand opening weekend. Friday.
See how I segued into that?
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
We did not schedule that, but two professionals just doing our craft here for you and your entertainment. But no, I'm really excited. You know, we waited a really long time to get Genesis of Tampa back into the market. You know, there is an original owner. I've taken over since August 1st. So we have a C3 commitment to love on our community, our customers, and our charities. And Friday is all about the community with a ribbon cutting. Saturday is all about our customers with a block party, DJs, food. We got some USF alums showing up.
Yeah.
I know Grothy and Leroy Selman Jr. is coming. Nico, Grammatica, Harris. We got a whole bunch of
Mac
guys
Harris
and
who's the other one?
Oh,
Nimrod. Chase
Nimrod. We forgot one of our best players
with the name like that. That Nimrod showing up. Yeah, he's awesome. He's fantastic.
He is.
Because they're playing Friday night.
They are.
And they're going to kick some ass. And then Saturday, they'll be over 2 to 4 o'clock at Genesis of Tampa, signing autographs and taking pictures.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. And like I
Grothy's coming over too?
Grothy's will be there from 10 to 12.
Tell him I said hello.
Leroy Selman Jr. confirmed.
Oh, nice.
So that's awfully exciting from 10 to 12.
Awesome.
And then, obviously we got like 8 TVs. We're going to have all the games on. It's about a fun time. We're not here to sell cars. We're here to celebrate the fact that Murphy Autogroup's back in the community. Murphy Autogroup was founded in 1979 here in Tampa Bay, and we just took 12 years off.
Well, welcome back. And as soon as I get some time, I'm going to get over there to trade in my little BMW for a Genesis. I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
I mean, it's a great BMW, so we can't wait to sell that on our pre-owned lot. If you just want to see how great Genesis is, go to genesis.com and look at the used cars people are trading in.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had a Bentley Bentayga, we've many Mercedes, Lexus, BMW. The only thing we haven't traded in yet has been a Cadillac. And, those Escalades are EVs. And, in this type of heat, I think I would probably want a gas-powered luxury vehicle.
Yeah. As I go over, there's a Wawa right over here at the Tesla station, and I see all these people sitting in their cars for hours.
Yeah.
Like, who has time for that?
You imagine having to commute to Tallahassee, and it's long enough already. And you're like, okay,
you can't even make it
through. I'm gonna have to stop for 35 to 45 minutes and have a picnic in my car.
I don't get it. But that's why I want a gas. And the I don't know if I could stretch all the way up to the SUV, but man, that thing is sweet.
Well, and
my wife said she saw one yesterday with that's gunmetal black
kind of
matte
finish.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
beautiful.
like, she calls me. I just saw this Genesis. Is it GV80?
They make the sedan or SUV.
SUV.
Okay, GV80. Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, it's gunmetal black and it's matte. And the tires, we got to get that. I'm like, I'm with you, honey. Yes, we do.
So all of Genesis products now come with a black on black matte finish. What's amazing to me is the G90. The G90 is the largest SUV. It's about $100,000, but it is basically a Maybach. It goes dollar for dollar, attribute for attribute. You have an Ottoman, fully reclining chairs. You've got all of the unique features and benefits that you would think you're in a Maybach. Now, Maybach's $250,000.
Right,
so
right.
you could buy 2 GV90s and still have enough money to, sponsor an NIL program.
To bring it back to football. Yeah, the value of these cars, when I had a Mercedes 400 for about 2 or 3 years, which is like the ultimate touring cars, what they use for, car services. And that thing was smooth and it was a great car. I loved that car. And I got hit from behind, so I had to get a new one. And I got in the Genesis and I was like, okay, it's a step down. And I started driving. I was like, this drives better than the Mercedes.
Yeah.
And it's like a third of the price.
And then think of total cost of ownership. So it's more affordable for maintenance and repair.
God.
Higher MPG, better miles per gallon. It's just a responsible thing to do, to drive a beautiful brand new Genesis.
It's fine. Well, hopefully soon. Well, listen, I'll be up there Saturday night I'll be one of those ridiculous drunk folks screaming for FSU, hoping to create some Saturday night magic because we're going to need it.
Yeah.
We're going to need it.
Well, we are not overlooking a great team, and we're going to run the rock. And at the best,
you are.
Hopefully we have a exciting fourth quarter. And you got a prediction? What are you feeling?
Don't make me do that on the air. Just if I'm betting the game, I'm taking Miami in the 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
I just think, but in my heart, can we do this? Can we these two teams play 10 times? I think you guys win 7.
Yeah,
but the other 3 are in Doak Campbell, and we can win. I mean, I think we're good enough now. We have the players that can compete, at least compete. Like last year, we couldn't compete. Now we have the coaching staff and the players to compete. So in a rivalry game like this, anything can freaking happen. And many times we've had the better team and you guys have won and gone on to win a national championship. So, Lord, who knows what happens? But
I'll give you my prediction. Whatever team wins the turnover battle wins the game. I know that's somewhat basic, but
I'll say this, and this is proven true throughout this entire series. The numbers are, I think it's all like 95%. The team that runs for more yards.
Ooh.
The team that runs for more yards in this series wins, I think, 90% of the games, which is pretty telling.
It makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got a pretty good we got the number 1 rushing attack in the nation, so we'll see. All right, Mike. Thanks, buddy.
Yes,
for
sir.
coming in.
Great
Appreciate it. All right. I'm not going to say go Canes. Go Noles.
All right. Well,
Noles.
Don't go Nose.
Don't go Noles. Love it. Thank you, Mike.
Absolutely.
All right, Timmy. We got a couple minutes to wrap this up. What have we missed? We didn't get a lot of baseball talk in here today.
You missed my prediction here on the screen.
Would you FSU go after yourself, jerk. Miami 86, FSU 13.
Yeah.
Screw you.
You're gonna make history, JP.
86. 86 you right now.
By the way, an update on the Raiders game that was moved.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The game was moved back over 7 hours from original 1:25 p.m. kickoff to accommodate the Coliseum's conversion from baseball configuration to football due to the A's postseason game on Saturday evening. They moved it to 8:35.
8:35
Eastern. Sunday night.
8:35 Eastern.
It doesn't say. I mean, it has to be because if it was originally a 1:25, yeah. I mean,
yeah. So that was 8:35 Pacific time. Then it was originally 1:35 Pacific.
Well, no.
So he's right. They
played
the game at
8:35
p.m. at 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
Holy shit, bang. I don't think that they're going to do that in this situation, right? Because first of all, the Mariners are playing on Saturday, and they're just going to skip a day and then play them on Monday.
Are they?
That makes sense.
Do we know that for sure? They're not going to play on Sunday?
I don't know for sure, but I mean, this is it's too late to move the game.
Yeah, you got people traveling and stuff.
Yeah. It's way too late to move the game at this point. So, I think baseball, as usual, baseball is going to have to work its way around the NFL because the NFL is king. So, I can't see them. There's no way they're moving it to 11:30 Eastern time on a Sunday night. No freaking way.
It's hard to imagine, right?
No freaking way. Because that's a real that would be a huge disadvantage for the Buccaneers. Like a huge disadvantage. That's not a thing. There's no way the NFL would do that. I can't see it.
Yeah, I'm kind of shy. If I wouldn't have just confirmed this, I wouldn't have believed it because I don't remember this at all.
No, I don't either. Just a couple more comments. Jeff Moore, thank you for coming in. I think you're a first timer here. Wonderful show today. Says go Bucs, go Canes. What? Go Canes, my ass. Rick says LeBron and his Chinese sponsored league, free child slave shoes for every player. Rick, you're awesome. You are awesome. Y'all should take some creative license from Rick, especially you negative people. Bucs Basement, I'm talking to you. Danny Boy Kane's got to get in here. Says I think we can maul these guys, and I believe our running game and our defense will be too much for FSU, especially as the game goes on in the second half. You ain't wrong. Bucky has a foot sprain. Terrible news. No, it's not easy. We're good. He'll be back. He's fine. We got depth at the position. We got Rashad White, Tucker. We're fine. Take a little bit of a break. What's amazing to me is if you go back and look at that fumble play, because I think that's where he got hurt.
Yeah.
His ankle, and I was like, ooh. And he gets up and scores a 72-yard touchdown. That dude is freaking tough as nails.
Might have made the injury worse.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe, but you can't play like that, right?
It hadn't had time to swell up yet, and get all stiff.
Yeah. But I don't even remember him limping off the field.
No, me neither.
Because I think he was so pissed about the fumble. That's what I love about it. I mean, he is such a good dude, Bucky. I mean, he's tough. He's got a great Christian background. He's just a really, really accountable guy. Meeting with 89-year-old Tom Moore at 4:30 in the mornings.
I love those stories, man.
Yeah, he's such a quality guy.
And he's from Chicago. It's hard to believe he's from Chicago.
He's the epitome. He's the epitome. He's the epitome of what you want in a Buccaneer. He's that guy. And he'll be fine. He'll be back. Take a break. So, but hey, here we go to Seattle without Bucky, without Mike, without Gedeke, without Kalijah Cansey. We don't know about Ben Morrison and Jamel Dean. So it's like I said earlier, if you missed it, these are the times of the rough waters of the pirate ship Jose Gaspar. The rough waters will only be for a very short time. And then we'll get our crew back together and we'll go sailing full sails at the end of the season into the playoffs. And we'll get our ill-gotten booty and win the Super Bowl.
How's that? Booty.
I did say booty. All right. Sorry we didn't talk about baseball. You can get that other places.
You did. You spent 45 minutes on baseball to start the show.
Well, yeah, baseball playoffs. But which we will be returning to next year. I will make that bold prediction.
Making that prediction, huh?
Right away. Yeah.
So we can have a Rays Rangers wild card round next year?
Yes. That'd be nice.
I don't know. The Rangers are probably going to win the division next year. So
yeah, our roof is almost on. Please, no hurricanes. Don't take our roof off. We paid too much money for our new roof. So please leave us alone. Hurricanes. All right. We will be back tomorrow with more fun and frivolity. I'm heading over to One Buck Place now to get some sound from the boys. And we'll be back tomorrow with more fun and frivolity. See you then.